So that was the President of the United States. Obviously, he has an interest in expressing a certain point of view about the hearing today. But the truth is, most people who watched it reached the same conclusion that Donald Trump did, the one he just expressed. It was a disaster for the Democratic Party and their impeachment agenda. As one left-wing media figure put it today, it's over. There's no impeachment after what happened today. But the people running for president may not know that. They live in a totally alternate reality. They're on the road. They're completely cut off. And by the way, they're all weird anyway. They're running for president. They're egomaniacs by definition. They crave the adulation of strangers. They're not normal people. And they're prone to fantasy in the first place. These are the same people who are telling you that we can keep the border open and give free health care to everyone in the world who wants to move here. So they're easy to convince of untrue things. Naturally, they're still full steam ahead on impeachment. Listen.
Now, President Donald Trump did everything he could to obstruct justice.
You read the Mueller report and you see quite clearly that he spells out behaviors, deceit, instructing people to lie and cover things up.
What are your thoughts about the fact that Mueller feels that the president is not exonerated from obstruction of justice?
Well, that's kind of what he wrote in his report, and he is not exonerated. Look, we know for a fact that the president did everything that he could to obstruct the Mueller investigation.
Bernie Sanders speaking even more slowly than usual. Lisa Booth is a senior fellow at Independent Women's Voice and a frequent guest on the show, we're proud to say. She watched the hearings today. Lisa Booth, I understand that the people running for president are on the road. It's hard to catch up with the news. I've been there. I get it. But they also seem unusually unwilling to readjust their perceptions to suit reality, if you know what I mean.
I do, but it's intentional, Tucker, and that's the key point to keep in mind. The reason they're doing this is because they're running in the Democrat primary. Those are the voters they're concerned about right now. That progressive base that wants to impeach President Trump, even if it's to the detriment to the party as a whole. And you contrast that, Tucker, to what Speaker Nancy Pelosi has been doing. She doesn't want to move forward on impeachment because she wants to protect the Democrat majority in the House. And she knows that that majority runs through districts that President Trump won in 2016. And the problem for Democrats is that President Trump has two important things going for him. One, he's an incumbent. Two, the economy is strong. So they have been desperately hoping that Robert Mueller, in both the report and his testimony today, would somehow do irreparable harm to President Trump, but it simply just did not happen.
Yeah, I understand the strategy completely, but at some point, and it's not that far off, one of these, in fact, it's a year from now, one of these candidates is going to be the Democratic nominee and is going to have to pivot and appeal to the whole country. This is pretty late to be pretending that they can impeach Trump, isn't it?
Well, I think from us, if you're an objective observer, yes. But if you're a partisan Democrat who despises this president, you want to keep hearing what you want to keep hearing, which is let's impeach the president. Right. It's still possible. We can still do this. But as we both know, and what the majority of the country knows who actually watched today, is they did a lot of damage to that impeachment narrative for three key reasons. One, Mueller was a terrible witness. Even David Axelrod admitted this, saying it was very painful to watch him in a tweet. Second, Mueller himself said today that he was able to conduct and conclude his investigation unhindered. Third, I think the substance of the investigation was really called into question, particularly even looking at the fact that Aaron Zebley was sitting next to him, a guy who represented Justin Cooper, a top Hillary Clinton aide, who both set up the server, the private server, and also destroyed evidence. Also, I think what Representative Ratcliffe pointed out is the fact that President Trump was denied his presumption of innocence by Mueller and his team. So I think for those three reasons, Mueller did a lot of damage to Democrats' impeachment narrative.
Boy, it sure looks that way. Thanks for that summation. Lisa Booth.
Thanks, Tucker. I always appreciate being on. Thank you.
Thank you.